What's going on, guys? Aero here, and welcome back to another video. Now in today's video, I want to talk to you guys about all the new information that came out about Pokemon Home. And so literally just a couple hours ago, Pokemon updated their website with a lot of new information about Pokemon Home, and we did know that it was going to be coming out next month. So I guess it is time to start kind of expecting information to be rolling out. And today we did get a ton of information about the software, and I kind of want to just go through it and give you guys my thoughts on it and how everything is going to work, because I do see a lot of misinformation being spread about having to pay for certain things and having certain things being available for free. So I figured we could just actually take a look at this and know once and for all which stuff is going to be free, which stuff is going to be paid, how much it's going to cost, basically get all of the confusion cleared up. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so here we are on the official Pokemon website, and we can see right here, Pokemon Home available February 2020. It says Pokemon Home is a cloud service for Nintendo Switch and compatible mobile devices designed as a place where all Pokemon can gather. By linking the same Nintendo account to both the Nintendo Switch version and the mobile version of Pokemon Home, you'll be able to access the same Pokemon boxes on both versions. With Pokemon Home, you can move Pokemon between compatible games, trade Pokemon on the go, and more. So there's actually different options up here for things you can look at. So let's take a look at the move one right here. So this one is about moving Pokemon to Pokemon Home. The Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon Home supports connectivity with the Nintendo Switch games Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Both the Nintendo Switch version and mobile device version of Pokemon Home support connectivity with the Nintendo 3DS software Pokemon Bank. There are plans to support Pokemon Go in the future as well. So we did see that you were going to be able to transport Pokemon from Pokemon Go into your mainline games as well. So it looks like that feature is going to work in the future. It's not going to be available day one, but for the most part, it seems like you can bring Pokemon over from Pokemon Sword and Shield to just have extra storage space. You can bring Pokemon over into Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee into Pokemon Home, and then bring them into Pokemon Sword and Shield, as well as your Pokemon from the Gen 7 games that are in Pokemon Bank. You can transfer those into Home. But if we take a look right here, this arrow gives us a good indication of how the transferring process works. So look, from Pokemon Bank, when it goes into Pokemon Home, you can't go back. So once a Pokemon goes from Pokemon Bank into Pokemon Home, they can't be taken back into Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So you have to know exactly which ones you want to say goodbye to forever in terms of those games. Same thing with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, and even Pokemon Go when it comes out. However, with Pokemon Sword and Shield, the arrow goes both ways, so you can transport them into Pokemon Sword and Shield and then back into Pokemon Home. So that's probably because they're the most recent games. I'd assume when the next generation comes out, you probably won't be able to do that. So for now, you can transfer Pokemon from Sword and Shield back into Pokemon Home, but it's important to just remember that. It says here, connect with Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. Pokemon Sword and Shield can link to the Nintendo Switch version of Pokemon Home. Once the games are linked, you can deposit or retrieve Pokemon that are obtained using those games. Same thing with Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So yeah, it says here, once a Pokemon from Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee is moved to Pokemon Sword and Shield, it cannot be returned to its original game. So yeah, that's the important thing to remember there. That's basically what it says here as well for Pokemon Bank. Now it says here, if you are enrolled in a premium plan, you will be able to move Pokemon from the Nintendo 3DS Pokemon titles to Pokemon Home using Pokemon Bank. Once a Pokemon from Pokemon Bank is moved into Pokemon Home, it cannot be moved back into Pokemon Bank. So just like Pokemon Let's Go, and it says to commemorate the release of Pokemon Home, we will make Pokemon Bank and Poketransporter available at no cost for 1 month of a period after Pokemon Home is released. You'll be able to bring Pokemon from various Pokemon series games using Pokemon Bank and Poketransporter. Once you've got your Pokemon in Pokemon Bank, you'll then be able to move them into Pokemon Home. So you're actually going to be able to get Pokemon Bank and Transporter for free for a month. So if you do have some Pokemon that you would like to transport into Pokemon Sword and Shield or the mainline games, you're going to be able to do that. So that's a good thing. I mean, you're going to get a month for free, so definitely keep that in mind when Pokemon Home is going to be releasing, because that means you'll be able to download Pokemon Bank for a month on your 3DS, and then you're going to be able to transport Pokemon for a month. So that's definitely a good thing to keep in mind. Now the next thing here is about trading, which are also some new features that you're going to get with Pokemon Home. So it says here, use your mobile device to trade Pokemon anytime, anywhere. There are 4 ways to trade Pokemon using Pokemon Home on your mobile device. The first thing that they have here is called the Wonder Box, and it says here Pokemon placed in the Wonder Box can be traded with people around the world before you even know it. The Pokemon placed in the Wonder Box will be traded even when you're not using Pokemon Home. You'll be able to increase the number of Pokemon that you can trade by enrolling in a premium plan, so if you want to trade more than one, then you're going to be having to pay for that, but it's kind of cool. It's you're going to be able to just deposit Pokemon into the Wonder Box, and you're going to be getting random Pokemon, which is kind of cool. The next thing, the GTS. Now this is one thing that I know a lot of people were missing from the fact because it wasn't in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So yes, the GTS is in fact going to be returning. With the GTS, you'll be able to specify which Pokemon you want to trade and which Pokemon you want to receive, and then be matched with the trainer whose requisites meets your criteria. You'll even be able to request Pokemon that you haven't registered yet in your Pokemon Home's national Pokedex. You'll be able to increase the number of Pokemon that you can trade once by enrolling in a premium plan. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the premium plan you can deposit 3 Pokemon at once, whereas you can get the free version and that allows you to still be able to have GTS but only with 1 Pokemon. And I mean, GTS with 1 Pokemon is pretty much what we've been used to, so it's not really that big of a deal. But yeah, if you want to have 3 GTS boxes, then you can have the premium plan, which is pretty cool. So you can set like, you want to be able to give your Chikorita away and you want a Blastoise, so you can set like exactly what Pokemon you want, which is cool. I mean, this is definitely a way that I remember I used to get a lot of the version exclusives that weren't available in which version of a game that I chose. And I remember a lot of people were complaining about how it wasn't in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I know people kept saying, well, oh, even in those, everybody just asked for a Rayquaza or like a level 100 legendary anyway, so it didn't matter. But like a lot of people like me, I'm sure, fall into the same boat where you actually did use it genuinely and got like fair trades and got the Pokemon that you didn't have. So I'm glad to see that the GTS is going to be coming back. We also have something called the room trade, which lets you create a room and trade Pokemon with people who join. Each room can hold up to 20 people. To add a little suspense, you won't know what Pokemon you'll receive until the trade is complete. The trading in rooms has no cost, but you'll only be able to create rooms when enrolled in a plan. So basically the host of these rooms, if you want to do it with all your friends, has to have a premium plan so they can give you the codes and everything. But I think that's kind of cool. It's like a big group chat with your friends basically, because it's going to be people that you know, and then you're going to be able to give each other random Pokemon, which is kind of fun in a way, so I could see that being a pretty good time. Then you've also got Friend Trade, which allows you to trade Pokemon with other users who you've become friends with in Pokemon Home. You can add friends using the Add Friend feature in Pokemon Home. But yeah, this is basically just like being able to trade with your friends, but right from your phone, so you don't have to get your Switch out and go into like Pokemon Sword and Shield. Pretty good stuff there as well. I mean, these are some pretty cool trading features. Then we've also got more features here. So the first thing, we've got the National Pokedex. Yes, the National Pokedex is in fact going to be inside of Pokemon Home, which is kind of funny. It says here, Pokemon register to the National Pokedex when you deposit them in the boxes of Pokemon Home. If you move a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve or Gigantamax, then these forms will also be registered too. In the National Pokedex, you'll be able to see Pokedex entries from your various games all in one place. So I will admit the UI for this is actually really clean. Like, I do like how all of these Pokemon look. It's a very clean UI and all the models look really nice as well. So definitely a good job there. It says here, with the mobile app version of Pokemon Home, you'll be able to see much more than just Pokedex entries. You'll even be able to check each Pokemon's abilities as well as the moves that it can learn. So it's basically like an entire Pokemon wiki. A lot of cool stuff there. I just think it's kind of sad though how you're going to be able to see like mega evolutions like this, but they're not even available in Sword and Shield. It's like the kind of thing you would tell your kids, like, oh yeah, back in my day we actually had this form of Charizard, but you can't actually get him anymore. He's irrelevant now. But it's kind of funny how they're actually going to have all of those inside of the games. And yeah, it's essentially like a national Pokedex. Even the Pokemon that aren't going to be inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield are still going to be registered inside of Pokemon Home, which is just really funny in a way. And then down here we have something called mystery gifts. It says here you can receive mystery gifts in the mobile device version of Pokemon Home. With this feature, you can receive mystery gifts for Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, as well as gifts specifically for Pokemon Home. Pokemon received in Pokemon Home can be directly deposited in a box in Pokemon Home. So sometimes they'll just have like a special event, Pikachu or something, I guess, and you can receive those gifts and send them into Pokemon Home. Then you've also got this judge function, which like lets you be able to see like the IVs of your Pokemon, which ones are properly EV trained and all of that. Then you've also got this like room feature. You've also got battle data and news about stuff. You can get Pokemon Home points, which you can use to exchange for like BP inside of Pokemon Sword and Shield. So a lot of cool features that are going to be added. And then here is basically like a checklist of the stuff that you get in the Switch version of Pokemon Home, and then the stuff that you get in the mobile phone version. So we can see here, being able to move Pokemon, obviously you can only do that with the Nintendo Switch because these are Nintendo Switch games. Same thing with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Moving Pokemon with Pokemon Bank, you can actually do in both of them, which is kind of cool. The judge function is available in both. Trading is only available in the mobile version. Receiving mystery gifts is only in the mobile version. Battle data and news are also features that are exclusive to just the mobile version. And then exchanging Pokemon Home for points, like the battle points, you can obviously only do that inside of the Switch version because that's how they connect to Pokemon Sword and Shield. But yeah, some pretty cool features there. And now if you guys want to know the pricing of all this, so if we click here to premium, the premium plan is the paid one. So this is basically all of the payment information. So if you do want to have the premium plan, you can get it for 1 month for $3. For 3 months, you can get it for $5. And if you want it for an entire year, it is $16. And now we also have a basic feature. So it says here, being able to have the basic feature is like having everything for free, so what you're going to get for free, and then the premium is the paid option, obviously. So here, the basic version that you're going to get for free, you're obviously not going to be able to move Pokemon from Pokemon Bank. The number of Pokemon that you can deposit is only going to be 30, not an extra 30 boxes, but an extra 30 spaces for Pokemon outside of Pokemon Sword and Shield. The number of Pokemon that can be placed in the Wonder Trade box is only going to be 3 Pokemon for the free version. The number of Pokemon that you can use in the GTS will be 1, so that's just like every previous Pokemon game. The room trades, you're going to be able to participate in them, but you won't be able to make your own. So if you want to have your own room with your friends, you won't be able to make the room with the free plan. But if your friend has like the premium plan, then they can make the room and you can still be able to join them. And then the judge function for like the IVs and stuff, that you won't be able to check if you have the free version. And if you've got the premium version, all of that is going to be available, obviously. You'll have 6,000 spaces to put more Pokemon in. You'll have 10 Pokemon that you can put in the Wonder Trade box. You can have 3 Pokemon in the GTS. You can participate and make your own rooms for the room trades, and the judge function is also available. But yeah, for $16 a year, that is definitely a lot of money. I know for a lot of people, because Pokemon Bank was $5 for a whole year, and now we're getting essentially triple that, even more than triple that. So it is something to keep in mind if you want to have Pokemon Home. But yeah, that's basically all of the information in regards to all the features as well as the payment information. Now if you guys want to hear my thoughts real fast about how I feel about Pokemon Home as well as the pricing, I do think that the features that are included with Pokemon Home are pretty cool, like the Wonder Rooms and being able to trade on your phone, having the judge function, the National Pokedex, all of that is pretty cool. But for $16 a year, I do feel that it is a little bit too pricey. I don't think that it's justified because, like I said, it is going to be 3 times more expensive than Pokemon Bank, which we were paying $5 a year for back on the 3DS. So I don't know, for me personally, I'm probably not going to be getting it. I don't see the point for getting it. Like, I'm not going to be transferring a whole bunch of my Pokemon from Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon into these games anymore, so I don't really have the reason to get it. The National Pokedex stuff I can probably look up online if I want to read about Pokemon. All that information is available online, so I don't really have a reason. The GTS is available for free. You can still join other people's room trades if you want to, so I don't really have a reason to get it. But really the thing that I want to talk about is just, if you want to experience everything that modern Pokemon games have to offer now, it is very pricey. And especially if you're the type of person like me who's careful with their money on what they're spending, then it can definitely be very pricey. So to put this into perspective, let me try to help you guys understand all of the stuff that you're paying for. If you bought Pokemon Sword and Shield, you spent $60 right up front, right for the game. So let's say you only bought Pokemon Sword or Shield, like one version, so that would be $60. If you bought both versions, that sucks even more because it's $120. So you have that for 60 bucks. Then you're going to be getting the Pokemon Sword and Shield expansion pass, which adds more content for an additional $30. Then you've got this Pokemon Home service, which is going to be $16 a year. You've got Pokemon Bank, which is $5 a year. And if you want to be able to play online with like other people, being able to trade online, battle online, you're going to need Nintendo Switch Online, which is another $20 a year. And so the total cost with that comes down to $131 to experience everything that modern Pokemon has to offer right now. And so that is more than double the cost of 2 entire Nintendo Switch games, and so hopefully some of you guys can see the perspective that I'm coming from. If you really do want to experience everything that the Pokemon games nowadays has to offer, it can be pretty expensive. Now I tweeted about this on my Twitter as well, so let's take a look at my Twitter and see if we got any responses. I asked you guys how you feel about the features of Pokemon Home as well as its price, and so here is the tweet. I said, so with all the new info surrounding Pokemon Home, how do you guys feel about it? Are you happy with all the features and price, or do you not like it and why? Reply to this tweet with your thoughts and you could be featured in my next video. So Bun here is saying, I'd say that it's fine because there is like a free version, and even if I can't bring in some Pokemon from previous games without Bank, I can still use the GTS. So the GTS function, I think that is good how it is still available for free. I think that they've done a good job with making sure that like the stuff that they're still adding, they're still making sure that a lot of the important stuff is still available for free. Even like with the last Pokemon Direct, how they talked about how even if you don't buy the expansion pass, you can still get the Pokemon that are available in the expansion pass from trades. So I think that they're doing a smart decision with all of that. And so the same thing with the GTS, you can still do it for free, but it is good now how you can still be able to get those Pokemon that you're missing through the GTS. Extremely Tired is saying it's too expensive of a service. I feel that Pokemon Home along with Bank are just services for them to generate a lot of easy money. I do however love that there is a free option for Home. I'll definitely be trying out the free option. Same here for me. I'm gonna be getting the free option for like that trial or whatever, but there's no way I'm gonna actually spend money on it. I don't see the reason for me personally, but I do agree with you. I mean, it does feel kind of expensive. I think at some point there was even a person who like dissected the files for Pokemon to see how big Pokemon are, and Pokemon sizes are literally like little bytes of data. They're not even that big. It's not even like a megabyte of data. So to have like just a little bit of space for those Pokemon files to have them in Pokemon Home, it's basically just an easy way for them to make a lot of money, especially with how it's a yearly subscription. And if you think about it, like Pokemon Sword and Shield, like even a Pokemon generation usually lasts around 3 years or so. So if you're going to be spending for Pokemon Bank for 3 years, that's around like $48. And then like I would say maybe after the 4th year, you've spent more than like the cost of the game itself, which is, it's just money that adds up over time, and I just don't feel like it's worth it for me personally. Umbra here is saying the features aren't bad, it's just the price for premium is a bit much. I feel like it's a neat idea for Game Freak and Nintendo to have a deal where if you already have Nintendo Switch Online, you can get a discount off of Home, and if you have Home, you should be able to get Bank for free. Now that I can agree with, it does sound pretty good. I would actually like that if they did that, have like coupons or like a discount for it. Alright, let's try to get one last person down here. Chris is saying it would be better if the price was more like $10 or included Pokemon Bank straight up. The features are decent enough. And yeah, I can definitely agree with you. I think if it was $10 a year, it would be pretty good. Then it would have just been double the cost of Pokemon Bank, and you are getting some pretty cool features like the GTS, the Wonder Rooms, and all of that. So for $10, I think it would be good, but $16 is a little bit much in my opinion. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for all the Twitter responses. Thank you guys so much for responding. And remember, if you ever want to be featured in videos like this, then just go and follow me on Twitter at Aero. And so there you go guys, that's all the information that came out about Pokemon Home today. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please be sure to click that like button and also comment down below and let me know what you guys think of all this. What do you guys think about all the new features? Do you guys like Pokemon Home? Are you going to be getting it yourself? What do you think about the pricing? Definitely be sure to comment down below and let me know. If you're new to this channel, then please be sure to subscribe. I'm definitely going to have some more Pokemon content in the future, so please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. Click on that bell to become a part of the notification squad. Go follow me on Twitter at Aero so you can be featured in videos, and also join my Discord server as well. We've got a bunch of people in there who are always talking about Pokemon and Smash Bros and Nintendo, so definitely be sure to join that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.